4th graders. It is VSCO Miss Lang. I got all my scrunchies here. I got my hair up with my scrunchie bun, my oversized sweater. I have my Birkenstocks here. And do not forget the hydro flasks and the Burt's Bees. And I'm ready to go to read to you today some Harry Potter by Miss J.K. Rowling. We are so thankful that she has allowed us to read her book on YouTube. So we left off yesterday reading about just figuring out that Mr. Malfoy has become the seeker for the Slytherin team. So we are going to continue reading today, and we left off, they were at Mr. Hagrid's cabin. And he had some giant pumpkins. And so let's see what he has to say. I'm going to read the sentence from the page right before. He had been expelled from Hogwarts, talking about Hagrid, in his 3rd year, but Harry had never found out why. Any mention of the matter, and Hagrid would clear his throat loudly and become mysteriously deaf about the subject until changed. An engorgement charm, I suppose, said Hermione, halfway between disapproval and amusement. Well, you've done a good job on them. That's what your little sister said Hagrid, nodding at Ron. Met her just yesterday. Hagrid looked sideways at Harry, his beard twitching. Said she was just looking around the grounds, but I reckon she was hoping she might run into someone else at my house. He winked at Harry. If you ask me, she wouldn't say no to a sign. Oh, shut up, said Harry. Ron snorted with laughter, and the ground was sprayed with slugs. Watch it, Hagrid roared, pulling Ron away from his precious pumpkins. It was nearly lunchtime, and as Harry had only had one bit of treacle toffee since dawn, he had keen to go back to school to eat. They said goodbye to Hagrid and walked back up to the castle, Ron hiccuping occasionally, but only bringing up 2 very small slugs. They had barely set foot in the cool entrance hall when a voice rang out. There you are, Potter Weasley! Professor McGonagall was walking toward them, looking stern. You will both do your detentions this evening. What are we doing, Professor? Said Ron, nervously, suppressing a burp. You will be polishing the silver in the trophy room with Mr. Flinch, said Professor McGonagall. And no magic, Weasley. Elbow grease. Ron gulped. Argus Filch, the caretaker, was loathed by every student in the school. Loathed means hated. And you, Potter, will be helping Professor Lockhart answer his fan mail, said Professor McGonagall. Oh, no, Professor, can't I go to the trophy room too? Said Harry desperately. Certainly not, said Professor McGonagall, raising her eyebrows. Professor Lockhart requested you particularly. 8 o'clock sharp, both of you. Harry and Ron slouched into the great hall in states of the deepest gloom, Hermione behind them wearing a, well, you did it, break the school rules sort of expression. Harry didn't enjoy his shepherd's pie as much as he'd thought. Both he and Ron felt that they'd got the worst deal. Filch'll have me there all night, said Ron heavily. No magic. There must be about 100 cups in the room, and I'm not good at muggle cleaning. I'd swap any time, said Harry, hollering. I've had loads of practice with the Dursleys. Answering Lockhart's fan mail, he'll be a nightmare. Saturday afternoon seemed to melt away in what seemed like no time. It was 5 minutes to 8, and Harry was dragging his feet along the 2nd floor corridor to Lockhart's office. He gritted his teeth and knocked. The door flew open at once. Lockhart beamed down at him. Ah, here's the scallywag, he said. Come on in, Harry, come on in. Shining brightly on the walls by the light of many candles were countless framed photographs of Mr. Lockhart. He had even signed a few of them. Another large pile lay on his desk. You can adjust the envelopes, Lockhart told Harry, as though this was a huge treat. The first one's to Gladys Gudgeon. Bless her, huge fan of mine. The minutes snailed by. Harry let Lockhart's voice wash over him, occasionally saying, and right, and yeah. Now and then he caught a phrase like, fame's a fickle friend, Harry, or celebrity is as celebrity does, remember that. The candles burned lower and lower, making the light dance over the many moving faces of Lockhart watching him. Harry moved his aching hand over what felt like the 1,000th envelope, writing out Veronica Smelthy's address. It must be nearly time to leave, Harry thought miserably. Please let it be time. And then he heard something quite apart from the spitting of the dying candles, and Lockhart's prattle about his fans. It was a voice to chill the bone marrow, a voice of breathtaking, ice-cold venom. Come to me. Let me rip you. Let me tear you. Let me kill you. Harry gave a huge jump, and a large lilac blot appeared on Veronica Smelthy's street. "What?" he said loudly. "I know," said Lockhart. 6 solid months at the top of the bestseller list, broke all the records. "No," said Harry frantically, "that voice." "Sorry," said Lockhart, looking puzzled. "What voice?" That voice. That said, 'Didn't you hear it?'" Lockhart was looking at Harry in high astonishment. "What are you talking about, Harry? Perhaps you're getting a little drowsy." "Great Scott, look at the time. We've been here nearly 4 hours. I'd never have believed it. The time's flown, hasn't it?" Harry didn't answer. He was straining his ears to hear the voice again, but there was no sound now except for Lockhart telling him he mustn't expect a treat like this every time he got detention. Feeling dazed, Harry left. It was so late that the Gryffindor common room was almost empty. Harry went straight up to the dormitory. Ron wasn't back yet. Harry pulled on his pajamas, got into bed, and waited. Half an hour later, Ron arrived, nursing his right arm and bringing a strong smell of polish into the darkened room. "My muscles have all seized up," he groaned, sinking onto his bed. 14 times he made me buff that Quidditch cup before he was satisfied. And then I had another slug attack all over the special awards for service to the school. Took ages to get the slime off. How was it with Lockhart? Keeping his voice low so not to wake Neville, Dean, and Seamus, Harry told Ron exactly what he had heard. "And Lockhart said he couldn't hear it?" said Ron. Harry could see him frowning in the moonlight. "Did you think he was lying? I don't get it. Even someone invisible wouldn't have to open the door." "I know," said Harry, lying back in his four-poster and staring at the canopy above. "I don't get it either." Okay, that was the end of chapter 7. So we have a little bit of a mystery appearing now. We have a scary, almost cold voice that is appearing to Harry. Chapter 8 is called The Death Day Party. Looks like there might be a cat right there, and I think some of you might be thinking that you know of a cat that we have been introduced to. I hope you like Miss Lang's VSCO Read Aloud. We'll be coming back tomorrow, and I'll be reading you starting with chapter 8. It's about to get interesting, friends. If you would like to watch this little clip, it is on YouTube. You can look up Harry in Detention with Professor Lockhart, and that should pop it up. But I hope you're having a great day. Make sure you are enjoying all of your VSCO-ness, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye, 4th graders. Miss y'all.